All right, it's that time. Sorry, I was doing the Mike Eppel bounce. All right, Mike Eppel, good morning to you. How are you?
Thank you. How are you?
Didn't you know you had a dance named after you? The Eppel bounce. I just did it. Okay, it's
not
fine.
the worst thing I've heard.
You shaved, by the way. Notice that.
Yeah, well, I think if anything, the Leafs proved that playoff beards don't work.
Oh, no one else heard that. Okay, let's talk right to the markets because you're going to get some booze over here.
Well, yes and no. It depends where your money is, I suppose. If you have stocks that are in the energy sector, you're probably going to be actually happy with this news. If you have to fill up the gas tank, not so much. The price for oil this morning, Melanie, is at its highest level since 2018 and moving up. The discussion here about, well, we were supposed to be shifting away from fossil fuels, except you look at what we saw in the States over the weekend. The summer driving season is already underway. The global economy is roaring back. There isn't as much new production as there used to be. And OPEC today might actually announce a production increase as much as they can to take advantage of these higher prices because the global demand for oil is back on the rise. So we'll be tracking this as well at the price of the gas pumps here later this week.
All right. A lot of people are keeping an eye on this. They want to buy a home. Now what?
Mortgage stress test going up effective today. This is something that the Trudeau government has been. Actually, we've seen the stress test level go up on a few occasions, actually, prior to this. Right now, you have to qualify as if the mortgage rate was 5.25%, which is, in some cases, more than 3% above the current 5-year rate that you could get for a mortgage. So when we're talking about dollars and cents, regular mortgage on, I saw one of the stats around for $400,000 mortgage will cost you about $1,200 a month at the posted level. If you were to equate that to 5.25%, you'd be paying $1,700. So again, it basically just kind of weeds out the risk. If interest rates were to go up substantially, could you afford it at the price point that you're buying into? May take a few more buyers out of the market, maybe cool things off just a little bit.
Maybe. Okay, let's talk about the airline industry, which is struggling, except not everyone is.
Well, this report in the Globe and Mail, and it's actually according to Air Canada documentation, that the company executives, while last year they did take pay cuts in the midst of basically shutting down the airline by a great amount and laying off or putting tens of thousands of employees on furlough, at the year end, those executives were actually getting some retention bonuses, a bonus pool of about $10 million. Now, that was before the federal government agreed to a more than $5 billion bailout for Air Canada, which did have some limitations on the payments to executives. The company's biggest union says, look, we've got a lot of employees on furlough right now, and the optics of this are not good, as you might expect. Nevertheless, the executives company said, look, it was about retention, bonuses, and as well working through one of the most difficult times in the history of the airline industry.
Okay. All right. Thank you, Mike. That's it. I'll just leave it like that.
There you go.
No comment.
Okay.
Have a great day.
Talk tomorrow. Yep, you too.
Time now is 6:18. Still to come. After the shocking discovery of children's remains at a former residential school, many Canadians wondering how they can support the Indigenous community now. We're going to bring you a report coming up next on City News.